All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for joining me today and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, here to answer your questions, talk about the market, preview the day, and of course, every day at 5 p.m. we have our market recap where we answer the questions and go over the day's action. So again, appreciate you guys. As always, welcome aboard. Before we begin, please make sure to hit that like button. Really helps the algorithms for the channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and of course share it and ask questions on the comment section. This is for you. Appreciate you guys as always. Let's talk about the markets. Dow futures up 177, Nasdaq futures up 0.33% off this highs. We'll go ahead and go over that chart here in a bit. 47.23 on E-mini futures. We tapped an all-time high earlier this morning, right around 6 this morning, 47.43.25. We are now at 47.22, so we're about 21 points off all-time highs. Russell 2000 futures up 0.82% at 22.13. 10-year yields are down to 1.458%. The US dollar is down 0.64%, 95.89. That should help precious metals, commodities, crypto, obviously. VIX is down 3% at 18.70. Crude oil is up 1.16%, 71.48. Gold futures are up 1.45% at 17.90. Remember that 1800 level, pretty key. 22.30 per ounce for silver futures, 3.50 to the upside. Ethereum futures are up 0.11% at 4,066. Bitcoin is down 1.20 on the futures side at 48,760. Euro dollar 113.51, up 58 pips. Down 3 pips for the US dollar yen, 114.02. Real quick, also the Bank of England went ahead and actually raised rates. So you can see that big pop here from right around, we have one big candle from 132.75 to 133.52. So about 200 pips a bounce on the sterling pound for the Brits. Let's go over here to NQ. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the charts here. First thing we're going to take a look at E-mini futures. This is the S&P. We should open at a new all-time high on SPX spot. Let's see where we open exactly. Should be around fair value around 47.30, if not 47.25. That's what we should open. That'll be a new all-time high. Again, my target for the end of the year is 4,800. Let's see if we get it. Again, we did break out. Again, we're retesting that breakout level that we had. This was the point of inflection that was rejected right around the 10th of December, and then we fell. So again, we'll take a look at that level very closely. Taking a look at Nasdaq, you can see that the resistance level has been tapped 1, 2, twice, 3 times now, almost a triple top is looking like, and then we had a double top here, a double bottom, nearly double bottom, triple bottom. So again, a lot of volatility in the Nasdaq, as you can see, but again, we're not near all-time highs yet. We're still about 400 or so points. But again, you could see a little bit of rejection here. More than likely, we'll probably just retest back to pre-future levels where we closed for the day on the Nasdaq yesterday, post-FOMC. You can see right around 16,300. We may just get there and then bounce as well. We'll see if we recapture that. A couple of calls that I do have open. Apple was in the money. I have the 180 calls. They are green. We closed yesterday 179.30, so they're up about 23 cents. We were as high as 181.21. Also had some Facebook calls that were down pretty ugly this whole week, but we broke that resistance here right around 341.98. I have 345 calls. We should hit that today, and you see we got as high as 345.16. Taking a look at Microsoft, that was the freebie. I believe we had the 340s. Now we are above the 100-day moving average. I want to see if we do break above 337.89 or 338. I would say 338 is a little more prudent. If we do, I may just have to go for those 340s again because it's a great setup. Absolutely, it's a great setup, but we need that break. AMD, really maddening. I was down. I broke support. I was down on it. I had the 142 calls. Now it's a 147, or I think I had the I had the 142s. Unbelievable. It just happens, you know, you go by your system, you make sure the moving averages, but it broke support. What can you do? You want to salvage any kind of premium you had. If I would have just held it, I would have been up very nicely, but mistakes happen and you move on with it. So again, yesterday was a big move from the FOMC. You could see it, you know, all-time highs on the S&P. We should get that this morning. A couple of news items today. Adobe reported earnings. They did beat on revenue and earnings per share. Their guidance was a little less than expected for Q1. The revenue guidance was down as well. Let's see if that is probably hurting the stock. If it is, there you go. You see Adobe hit on light guidance. The fiscal year 22 guidance is $13.70 a share versus $14.16 estimate. Digital media segment revenue up 17% year over year. Digital experience subscription revenue about 20% year over year. So again, you can beat around 570, 750. This is a company I really, really like. It's part of the SpyG family that I do have. We're right here at the 200-day. That's actually not a bad place to probably reload on some Adobe if you like the company, if you want to own it. That's actually not a bad place to buy some here. Nike was also given initiated coverage by Truist with a buy rating of 190. That's the target. I do have Nike shares. They're up, obviously, off the highs. They're at 165.10, closed yesterday at 163.90. U.S. housing starts rise strongly in November, up 11.8%. That's a really good leading indicator, especially for home builders and obviously home improvement stores. Like a name like a Home Depot being up $2 on that housing start is good news. Lowe's is up as well, about $2 or so. So again, housing is very, very strong. There's still demand for housing. Let's see here, jobless claims, 206,000 versus 200,000 expected. You can see the 4-week average in the United States decreased to 203,000 at December 11th from 219.75 thousand the previous week. This is a very nice chart to look at if you're looking at unemployment. As you can see, we're dwindling down. Employment is getting stronger as claims are getting less and less and less. So there we go. Some other news here. The perfect storm is over, quote unquote, for Bank of America starts. Robinhood at underperform. So they actually lowered their target on Robinhood. So let's take a look at some pre-market movers and then we'll answer some questions this morning. Here we go. Apple's up 0.07% on very high volume, so I expect them to boost this morning. Nvidia's up 1.60% pre-market at 309.40 on the Dow. Microsoft's up 0.08%. Boeing's up 1%. JP Morgan up 1.21%. Walgreens, the laggard today, down 1.73%. Visa's up 1% on increased buybacks of $15 billion. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, American Express, and Caterpillar all up. Salesforce is down 0.40 and Amgen is down 0.47 with Coca-Cola down 0.14. So really just about like 5 stocks out of the Dow 30 are red this morning. In the S&P, Ford is up 1%. AT&T is up 2%. Nice to see. American Airlines up 1.41%. Bank of America up 1.39%. AMD up 0.66%. Tesla's up at 1.53% today. Pfizer's up about 0.10 this morning. And in the Nasdaq, DocuSign is down 2.5%. In the Nasdaq, Intel's up 0.28, Facebook up 0.34, PayPal up 1.23, Marvell up 1.23% as well. So a lot of green out there. Let's see what we get this morning. Let's go ahead and move this over. Let's answer some questions. Good morning. Good morning. Anything on the radar today? Yeah, Facebook, AMD. I'm definitely looking at some Microsoft this morning. Again, let's wait for that break of 338. If we get it, right now we're only 10 cents off the highs. We're testing that 50-day. Again, let's see if we can get a little more of a boost. Looking at AMD here, there is some heavy resistance right around that 150 level. If we do break 150, I do like 152s, maybe for next week on AMD. So let's see if we can break, let's call it 149. I think 149 is a happy medium there. If 149 breaks, I'll take a look at the 152s. Will be right there. 152.24, 152 calls on AMD. Looks like a nice one. Looking at Nvidia here, same deal. Kind of looking at that 200-day. If we can get above 317, that's where it gets interesting. Maybe take a look at the 320s or maybe the 325s for Nvidia. So again, those usually have high volume. That's why I like trading mega cap names, because those contracts will usually don't have high spreads, difference between bid and ask, and there always is volume. And again, at the end of the day, when you're buying something, you want to make sure you could sell it. That's really the only deal. Unless you're planning to exercise the contracts, you really want these options that have high volume. Because if not, then you're kind of stuck. And then if you're out of the money, then it doesn't work. If it's in the money, you may need to execute it. Good morning. This is Anthony. Good morning, sir. Does NFNet look like it's reversing back up to you for some calls? Let's take a look at net. Net right now is just rejecting the 100-day moving average. If it breaks above that, then yeah, it should get to around 155. But it needs to break that 100-day, which is right at 145.47. It doesn't look like it's there. It looks like it broke down. 142.94 on the ask. So again, we need to break 145.47. Jason's asking, you think we can open up tomorrow red and tomorrow we stay the whole day, quit watching? I think today will be a green day. Tomorrow will be red. I really do believe that, especially with quad witching. Again, anything could change, as we know. Again, I thought Tuesday would be green, and we got green today. So what I expect is a green day today, and then a red volatile day tomorrow. Not too much of a dip. I mean, but we'll probably test the 50-day on the E-mini futures or something like that, or the 100-day. We could take a look at that. But again, it's quad witching day tomorrow, the last one of the year. A lot of expiring of contracts. So just be careful out there. Again, if you're trying to go long, make sure to get out today. That's what I would say. SPY calls. I do have some SPY calls actually. Looking at SPY here. Again, it's a break above 472, which is what we needed. I have the 475s. Let's see if we can get that bounce. More than likely, we probably will once we start getting some volume here, or they'll probably just sell the rip. That's pretty much one of the two things. Let's see if we can hold 472. If we do, then maybe 475s for next week aren't a bad idea. Shortened week, but possibly Santa rally. We'll see. Resistance on NQ. Again, that resistance on NQ is right there, 16,456. That's about 120 points where we are now. You can see it right there, 16,456. Support on NQ is right here. Your first support is right around 16,136. That's your 100-day, 200-day cross. Your major support is right here at 15,747, where we double bottomed. And do you have some stocks to add for the end of the year? As of right now, none, because I don't want to add stocks when they're up. I want to add stocks when they're down. The only one I really like here would be Adobe. Adobe is actually a very good name. I may have to buy some. That's a company I've been wanting to own for a while. And Adobe, you can see it right here, is right now testing the 200-day, which is right around 575, 578. It's a pricey kind of sticker shock name. They just lowered their guidance. But again, they have been pretty solid long term. If you want to extend it out, you could see how well Adobe. I remember when this stock was right around $200, and I didn't own it. The only reason I didn't own it is because I had SPY-G, and Adobe's a part of it. So there we go. All right, so that's what we got for today. Let's see if we make it a good one. Make sure to hit that like button, please. It does help the algorithm. Appreciate it as always. And what's the price you're willing to buy at on Adobe? Right here, about 575, 578. It's actually a great company to own because I mean, they have been doing great things. They're actually profitable. They make good money, great financials. Again, just lowered guidance. Obviously, they're it kind of reminds me a little bit of Apple, how they always lower their guidance and kind of lower the expectations, and then they just destroy the number. That's usually what Apple's MO is. But that 200-day on a daily usually is kind of like my buy signal for a lot of companies. And Adobe's a good one. So this is not exactly a high beta name where it's like extremely growthy, speculative. Adobe is a bedrock, great company, S&P 500 company, one of the biggest movers in tech. If you take a look at the S&P itself, it's one of the big cloud names, Adobe, Oracle, Fortinet, which is a smaller one, Microsoft being the big daddy, Adobe being the second one there, and you could see Adobe kind of the one slipping here down, 8.47%. A name like that does not fall very often, 8%. It just doesn't. Let's see, FSLR. Let's see, FSLR. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. I don't know what you're looking about this company. I don't know much about it. For solar, again, a break of the 100-day, which is right around 97.82. Maybe you're looking at the 100 calls, if anything. I really don't want to own this company anyways. I'm not really a huge, oh my God, solar fan. I don't care. It is bouncing off the 200-day, which is nice. So maybe use that as an opportunity to possibly reload if that's what you wanted. You're welcome. Thoughts on Twilio? I think it's Twilio or Take-Two Interactive. Take-Two. This is the GTA company, the Take-Two Interactive. I can't wait for GTA 6 to come out. Right now we're right at the 200-day. We did break above it. So again, maybe start carving out, maybe 180 by the end of the year. Not too bad of an idea to see. Maybe 187, 185 with a nice rally. Maybe you could scalp it. I don't want to own the company. I own some with ESPO, which is an ETF that has video games and everything like that. Thoughts on Qualcomm? I actually like Qualcomm a lot. You can see Qualcomm has been performing exceptionally well. They're up again. It's a definitely 5G play. It's breaking out here on this channel, so keep an eye on Qualcomm. Possibly 200 is in focus. Maybe we can get there by the end of the Q1. What about Palantir? Palantir has just been, when it comes to trading it, it's an absolute head scratcher, just for the fact that it's stuck in a range now between 30 and around 17 since February, basically. So a tough one, but again, it's been holding up, and you can see it's up slightly pre-market. I do love the stock. I own shares in it, so I'm okay with owning it. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your day. GARCapitalFX.com. We'll catch you later today at 5 p.m. for aftermarket recap. We'll go over today's action and your questions. Have a great trading day, and we'll see you guys later.